Yo, what's up YouTube? Sharp here, bringing you guys a promised video that I think I told you guys on my MLG class setup video that I would do this, but this is my pub class setups. I only have 5 classes. I know I'm 4th. Let me make sure on that. Yeah, 4th prestige. I plan on going to 10th, but you know, take some time. I got 2 days and 6 hours play. I'll show you guys my barracks first. A lot of people, whenever I live stream, everyone wants to see these, you know, my stats and stuff. So win the loss, you know, it's not that good just because sometimes I usually when I play pubs I go in by myself and play. I don't like playing with a party just because whenever I play with a party, you know, if I go in with my real team and we play, everyone just leaves the game. It's kind of dumb. So I like to go in by myself. My kill death ratio is 2.3 and there's all that stuff. So not sure. Oh, yeah, I guess you can't get a tie. I usually only play kill confirmed. That's why on leaderboards, I think. Yeah, I'm ranked like 4,000, 3,855, almost 4,000. But pretty good rank in kill confirmed. That's all I play. And let's look accuracy. You get to see it 20%. Kill death ratio, like I said, 2.3. Win to loss ratio is 2.2. Kind of bad. Who is 31? Holiday Doc. He's gonna be going ham in some pub. Alright, but let's get on to the important stuff, which is classes. Create a class. Alright, the SMG for this prestige, you know, I don't have everything unlocked yet, so I can't really show you guys what I would really use, but you guys gotta kind of pay attention here because I'll say, you know, if I had this unlocked, I would use this. But on my MP7, I like to run the range as my proficiency just because, you know, kick, it really doesn't have recoil at all in the first place. So range, you know, you can get those across map shots. I know a lot of people use focus. Focus is good. Focus or range, I say, you know, use that. But I use range with a red dot. Seems to, you know, red dot seems to work from pretty far away. It works up close. It just seems like the best choice to me. And then no reticle, and you know, whatever camo you want. I got blue on this. And also, a lot of you guys said in my last video, you guys were asking how did I get gold camo when I didn't have level 31 the gun. And when you go private match, you actually have everything unlocked. So I won't even be a level 80. 80 is how it goes. I won't even be a level 80, and I'll have like the FAD unlocked and all that stuff. So private match, you have everything unlocked. I like that about this game. You know, playing GBs and stuff. But let's move on. Secondary, I use the same secondary for every class, so just like in my last class setup video, I'm just going to give you guys the, you know, the secondary I use, and I won't really talk about it. Same with lethal, tactical, and I actually use the same perks, except for perk 3, I'll explain that. So, secondary, I just use the MP9. If I have extended mag unlocked, I'll use extended mag on it. I don't think I have it unlocked, but I use MP9. I know a lot of people like to run around with the dual wield FMGs. I believe one prestige I did get those just because I picked them up. Like I picked up the dual wield and off somebody, and I just started getting a lot of kills. I think I either did or almost got a Moab with it. I don't even remember. But Kimbo FMGs, they're good for pubs. Obviously they're not allowed in MLG, but for pub wise, Kimbo FMGs are really good. MP9, I just have that on there because that's what I use in MLG. Don't really use my secondary too much, in case you didn't notice, because I don't have anything unlocked for it. Lethal, I always use Semtex grenades. I know in my class setup video for MLG, I said I was going to try out frag grenades, and frags don't really work for me. I don't like how long it takes to cook them. And, you know, grenades don't really do anything in this game either way, so I just like the Semtex. You can throw them quicker. And then tactical grenade, I use concussion or stun grenade, whatever you want to call it. Seems to be the best. Or, you know, I guess for like pub wise, I'm not really into using like scramblers and all this stuff. I've never used any of these. You know, I usually just like to stick to the stun grenades. I've used that throughout all the Call of Duty. I've never used any of the extra stuff. But, you know, pub class wise, I would say tactical insertion, you know, might be good. Or a radar would be good. I know the trophy system, if you put one down as a predator missile's coming down, if someone like tries to go for you, it doesn't kill you or something like that. I don't know, but I usually just like to stick to the, you know, the stun grenade. Seems to work for me. If you guys watch my live stream, I am pretty good at pubs, so don't like watch this video and see that I'm not using akimbo FMGs and using trophy systems and stuff and say that I'm not good at pubs, but I am pretty good. Perk 1, sleight of hand. I'll get into like, you know, the reason why I'm using hardline and all that stuff when I get down to my strike package. So perk 1, sleight of hand. Perk 2, hardline pro. And perk 3, I'll use dead silence if I have it unlocked. I don't have it unlocked, so on SMGs I run Stalker Pro. You know, MP7 SMG. I'm using Stalker Pro just because you can aim around faster. For assault rifles, I use Marksman if I don't have dead silence, just because I don't like how fast you move around with Stalker when you have an assault rifle. I don't really like it too much. So strike package. This is the big thing in this video, because if you notice, I'm like a 4th prestige with only 2 days played. And a lot of the people on my list that are either like people are lower ranked than me and they have more time played than me, and for the reason for that being is ever since I got the game I've known about, you know, Specialist and what it does. Now what Specialist does is I use hardline, so instead of taking 2 kills to get Assassin, which is my first one, it only takes 1 kill, and instead of taking 4 kills it takes 3, instead of taking 6 it takes 5. And so after I get the 5th kill, I have to go up, and I get the 5th kill, and then I get 2 more kills. I'll start getting a specialist bonus, which pretty much is like double XP. Every other kill you get specialist bonus, which is like an extra 100 points added onto your score. And so, and plus whenever you like get one of these, like every time I get a kill, like if let's say kill confirmed, a kill is 50 points. I get one on my first kill. I'll get 250 points. I think. For each one of these specialist things, it's like an extra 200. So all I have to do is spawn in, get 1 kill, that's 250 points, and then I get 2 more kills, and that's an extra 250 points. So you do rank up really fast using specialists. This is the way you rank up the fastest. The way I found that you rank up the fastest is you play, you use specialist and you play kill confirm. That's, you know, that's worked for me. I know it's worked for. That's what Ernest Lee and Justra did. And Ernest Lee was like the first player to 10th prestige, so it works. It has been proven to work, so I suggest you guys try it out. Now the reason why I use Assassin for my first one is because you know, you don't want to be seen by those radars, so all I have to do is get 1 kill and I'm off the radar. Assassin Pro, I don't get EMP'd or any of that stuff, so this to me is the most important thing you should get. And then Quick Draw Pro, you know, these other perks, they don't really help you too much. I know Blind Eye can help you from like helicopters and stuff, and Recon you can stun people and see where they are. But you know, I just like Quick Draw, I like being able to aim in faster. I like not dying to, or no, that's Stalker. But I like you know, being able to throw stuns faster and aiming in faster. That's why I use Quick Draw. So that's my second one. And then the reason for using Scavenger, I use it for the last one just because usually when I get around, you know, 5 or 6 kills, I start running out of ammo. And so when I get that 5th kill, I'll get Scavenger. If I didn't have Scavenger on, I'd get the 5th kill, and let's say I'd get Blind Eye. And then I have to get another 2 kills to get Scavenger. So sometimes when you get up to that 5th kill, you're out of ammo, depending on, you know, what you're shooting at, how much you're shooting, and, you know, just depending on the game. So I like to use Scavenger so I can get, you know, because when you get Specialist bonus, you unlock every single perk. That's the nice thing about Specialist. You have every perk unlocked, so I don't even have Dead Silence unlocked, but when I get Specialist bonus, I get Dead Silence Pro. That's the really nice thing about that. So, I know a lot of people are going to say, why do you use Scavenger if you get that once you get Specialist bonus? But, you know, like I said, sometimes I get to that 5th or 6th kill and I'm just out of ammo, and then I have to run around the secondary. So I'd rather just get it, you know, then, and then get the 2 kills and unlock Specialist bonus, have everything. So, I use Specialist on all my classes, so I'm not really going to talk about that throughout the video anymore. You know, that's what I use. Specialist, ranks up faster, kill confirm, do that to rank up. That's what I suggest. Death Streak, I just use Juiced. I don't ever change these at all. I know a lot of people like to use Dead Man's Hand. That's kind of annoying. Or Final Stand. That's a big favorite around people. You know, they like the Final Stand. But I just use Juiced. You know, it works for me. That is my first class. Now we go down to my second class, the Type 95, the Truth 95, the best gun in the game. I think I said that on the last video. But it's pretty much just like my MLG class setup. I use Kick with a red dot. I don't have any camo on this. I probably have it unlocked, but alright, I definitely have it unlocked. But I just don't use any camo on it. I don't know why. And then secondary is the same thing, MP9. Then you got Simtex and Stun Grenade. And the perks are all the same except for marksman. Like I said, on the assault rifles, I don't like stalker because you kind of walk around really fast. So I just use marksman, see the people from far away with their names, and if I had dead silence unlocked, I'll use dead silence. And my strike package is exactly the same. My death streak's exactly the same. So that's my second class. Going down to the third class, we have ACR, and I actually haven't used the ACR this prestige. I've only used these two guns the whole entire prestige. ACR, usually I rock kick with a red dot, same as MLG. Kick and red dot, any camo, and then secondary, I keep the same MP9, Simtex, concussion, sleight of hand, hardline, and I actually have stalker on this just because it is automatic. I should rephrase the fact that I don't like stalker on burst weapons. So if I'm using the M16 or the Type 95, I don't use stalker. I only use stalker on automatic guns just because I don't know. It's just easier to, when you're walking around, you can just hold the aimer in and spray people down. I don't really like it with the burst guns. So strike package same, juice same, everything's the same. Really, it's just going through the guns now. P90, haven't used this all prestige. Actually, this is the gun I used when I got my double Moab. The only double Moab I've gotten. Usually I use range and extended mags on it, or if I don't have extended mag, then I just won't use anything on it. MP9, Simtex, stun grenade, sleight of hand, hardline, and for some reason I have marksman on this class. I don't know if I was using something else and I switched it before this video, but stalker, I use that. And then same specialist, juice, you guys know everything. And then the last class is just kind of like a mess around class. You know, when I'm playing on stream and everyone comes in there and they're like, they want me to snipe and do all that stuff. I don't have the last sniper unlocked. This is what I would use, the MSR. I don't have it unlocked. So I just use this, the L118A. You know, it's fun sniper to use. I like sniping in this game. It's pretty easy, pretty fun to do, quick scoping. Once again, I don't know why I have stalker on this class. Stalker was sniping. I would say marksman, you can see from farther away, see people's names pop up. Hardline, sleight of hand, Simtex, all the stuff that you need to use. And I'm actually going to make a class right here and show you guys what I would use when I play S&D, because I do play S&D pubs sometimes. So S&D, let's say Type 95 with kick, red dot, no sight, no camo. And then my perks that I would use sleight of hand with, or no, I would use extreme conditioning, because you don't really need to reload too much in S&D. Extreme conditioning, quick draw pro, and then obviously I would use dead silence. But for them not having it, use a marksman. Strike package, I actually run support when I play S&D, and then I do the UAV, ballistic vest, just because you can drop them in your spawn and have your teammates pick them up and you get mad points for that. And then I think the last thing that I use is the, I want to say I use advanced UAV, but you don't really ever get that high in S&D. You never get that. So usually it's just UAV and ballistic vest. You never get up to these. Like, I guess I could get a SAM turret, but you know, SAM turret's really not that useful in S&D unless they have a UAV, I guess. But that's what I use for my pubs when I play. This is like a 14-minute video. They're kind of long. Hope you guys enjoyed this. My options and all that stuff, I know you guys are going to ask about that. All these options right here, all the same in my last class set of video. Just whatever you guys want to see. If I did miss anything, you know, if you guys want to go re-look over my options, what sensitivity I use, go back to my other set of video. I'll put it down in the description. I'm going to be uploading some more gameplay tomorrow. I'm trying to get back on the one video a day grind. Get back on the YouTube stuff. And also, live streaming. Come check out my live stream if you haven't. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. This is Sharp. Please give this video a like and a favorite, and I'm out. Peace.